The War of Angel Altar was a war fought between the United Socialist States of Eltham and the criminal organization of Scotland. This would be the start of bad luck towards the USSC, as from here on out, it would start losing loads of wars, territories, and quite a lot of equipment, of course. The war began after members of Scotland created a settlement in the USSC, near the national capital, and some USSC officials weren't too happy about that. The squatters offered to pack their bags and leave if they received 40,000 coins. When the USSC government refused, the USSC declared war on the Scottlanders, with the first battle being fought in and around the city of New Crossitex. The main belligerents of this war are the USSC and Scotland. To my knowledge, there are no volunteers or any nations being involved in this war, though the USSC did hire a mercenary group to help fight in this war. The USSC was strong in 25 and Scotland was only strong in 10. However, Scotland had more experienced PvPers and could easily take on the USSC's 25. The name of the war comes from the angel statue located in Kaskaya, in the Kaskaya Farms Cemetery, where USSC soldiers grouped at Prior. Let's begin with the prelude to the battle. In mid-January, users Manophobia and Greenskin Gooker began squatting outside the USSC capital of Kaskaya, near the borough of Kaskaya Farms and the village of New Crossitex. The claim was called Squatter Stock Market. The USSC quickly responded to this by threatening war. Scotland offered that if the USSC paid 40,000 coins to them, they would leave the area. However, this was refused by the USSC. On December 15, 2021, the USSC would declare war on the squatter stock market settlement set up by Scotland. In preparation for the battle, the USSC would set up a tower in New Crossitex across from the tower set up by the squatters from Scotland. This tower was located very close to the Atataxi river, which would be the namesake of the battle, as people constantly crossed back and forth from the river throughout the battle. For the first several minutes of the war, dozens of fireworks and flaming arrows were repeatedly launched at the opposition's towers. Ultimately, 2 soldiers from Scotland made it to the top of the other tower as other soldiers began to pile in through at the bottom. At first, the USSC and mercenary soldiers were doing their best to fight off the Scotland soldiers, until many of the weaker USSC soldiers began dying en masse inside of the tower. At this point, soldiers began leaving the tower and crossing the Atataxi river into the cemetery in Kaskaya Farms. This is the battleground of the Battle of the Atataxi River. The battle began at the 2 towers on the west coast of the Atataxi, and as the battle began to end, it slowly migrated to the river itself and the cemetery. The most brutal of the fighting in the battle occurred in and around the physical river, as people brutally attacked one another. Scotland soldiers using tridents used the river to fly in and out of the water and ambush people before fleeing. Kills began to slowly pile up in favor of Scotland after a while. Many people died trapped underneath the ice sheets by the shores of the river. The war would be in Scotland's favor, as the USSC and Scotland finally signed a treaty, which resulted in the USSC paying Scotland 100,000 coins. Though the length of the battle lasted from January 15th, 2022 to January 18th, 2022. And as I've said before, this would start a series of events that would damage the USSC's reputation as a major power in Eltham. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, leave a like, it's free and you can easily unsubscribe later. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace out, and goodbye.